Our next speaker is Dr. Colin Zhang from Macquarie Business School. Dr. Zhang is a lecturer in Department of Actuarial Studies and Business Analytics. He has years of experience in delivering lectures for a broad range of actuarial and applied finance units. His research area includes life cycle model, optimal control, financial strategy, and derivative pricing. He will be talking about financial metrics for comparing Australian retirement villages.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. We know that currently Australia has an aging population. More and more people might choose retirement village as their retirement living option. Originally, retirement villages are established by the church groups and charities. Nowadays, many investors are exploring this business sector, and we can see that there are increasing number of retirement villages in Australia. On the other hand, according to the recent statistics, around 90% of the retirement village unit are occupied. Retirement village can offer people an active retirement living style via many group daily activities. We also need to know that the retirement villages are designed for the healthy retirees. If you become disabled and cannot live independently, you may not be able to live in the retirement village. After reviewing dozens of the retirement village contracts, our research team came up with a question. Is retirement village a perfect solution for the retirement living? This question is hard to answer. One main issue of the retirement village is its complex fee structure. Some retirees who do not have advanced financial literacy might get confused about the fee structure, and this project is motivated to provide people with an understandable metrics which can be used to compare their retirement living cost. Here is the example of a typical retirement village fee structure. In this plot, the arrow down means the cash outflow, the money you need to pay, and arrow up means the money you can get. At the beginning, when you move to the retirement village, you need to pay a fee called entrance fee, which is the initial deposit. During your term living in the retirement village, you need to pay a fee called the maintenance fee to maintain your living unit. Then when you leave the retirement village and resell your unit, you need to pay a fee called deferred management fee. Meanwhile, you can also get your refunded initial deposit or resale price, plus an optional share of capital gain or loss. This deferred management fee is calculated by using a capped step function, which can be applied on the resale price or the entrance fee. It's usually expressed as the annual rate with the maximum period of time. For example, if a retirement village charges people 5% per year with maximum 6 years for the deferred management fee, and this fee is calculated based on the initial deposit, it means that you need to pay 5% of your entrance fee for the deferred management fee when you leave the retirement village after your 1 year's living. You need to pay 10% if you live there for 2 years, then leave. And you need to pay maximum 30% if you live there for 6 years or more than 6 years. As we can see, this fee structure is quite complicated and not that easy to understand. So our target is convert this fee structure into something looks like this. An equivalent monthly rent. Okay. This simplified fee structure can help people to understand their living cost with just one single figure. And it is also easy to make the comparison. Here is the example of the comparison. Assume we have two different cases. Case number one, we have a male who moved to the retirement village at age 70. His retirement village charged him $500,000 as the entrance fee at the beginning, $1,800 as the monthly maintenance cost, and the deferred management fee is 5% per year, maximum 6 years' time. For the second case, we have a female, age 65, when she moved to the retirement village. And the initial deposit amount is $700,000. Monthly cost for the maintenance fee is $500. And this case, case 2, has the same deferred management fee as the case 1. And here's the question. Which one do you think has the higher cost? Once again, it's a hard question. To answer this question, we need to first of all figure out the expected time you can live in the retirement village. Remember, retirement village is only designed for the healthy retirees. If you become disabled, you cannot live in the retirement village. So in our research, we used the transitional probability matrix to calculate expected healthy lifetime for each individual according to their age and gender. For this case, for this female, the expected healthy lifetime is 13.8 years, and for this female, the expected term is 18.1 years. Then we calculated the related equivalent monthly rent for both two cases. As we can see, the first case has the higher cost, and the second case has the lower cost. Okay. To conclude, our research can build up an understandable matrix for people to compare their living cost. This can be regarded as the first step to make the retirement village fee structure be more transparent by improving people's understanding of their living cost. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
For our online audience, Professor De Hughes asked about whether Dr. Zhang's research is aiming for any the application or isolated website.
Very good question. Thank you. Actually, we have already built a calculator, and it is under our university domain. It's called rvcalculator at mq.edu.au. Use that calculator, you can compare your living cost in the retirement village according to your preset parameter values. And also, some retirement villages also have unique, like the fee structure, like you need to pay the refurbished fee, renovation fee after you move out to the retirement village, something like that. And also there is a delay with your refund. So in this calculator, it's included many, many different features. And actually, we are keep updating this calculator.
Professor Leslie Hughes asked about what is Dr. Zhang's strategy in his research about how to effectively communicate the people in the community about your research outcome.
Okay, actually we have, during this project to build up online calculator, actually we have contact several, like the association with the senior people, including the quota, and we actually interview a few, like the senior people who live in the retirement village for their feedbacks about this calculator. The overall feedback is quite good, and we also, according to their feedback, we also update our calculator from time to time. According to their feedbacks, we add quite a lot of different features, as I mentioned before. Actually, if I go back a little bit to the fee structure, you can see that there are also a main problem with at the time when you leave the retirement village, you need to pay a deferred management fee, but also you can get your refund money. But there is actually a time gap between the money you can get and the money you need to pay. Under some extreme cases, according to our interview, people can wait for more than 1.5 years to get their money back. So it is kind of a potential risk for people who live in the retirement village. Like Paul asked me, the question is whether I should, to summarize, whether I should include the medical cost for the people and into our consideration when we do the research. Is that your question, Paul? Yes. So actually, this is a follow-up. Another topic we are currently doing is about the people move out from retirement village because they are like the health status to the aged care. So after you move out of retirement village, most of people will move to the aged care, which you can receive the medical support if you cannot live independently. This is another topic, and also it's very complicated because when you move to the aged care, you also need to pay an upfront deposit, okay? Or you can choose to pay the daily fees. And as I mentioned before, there is a problem or potential risk for the senior people because when they move out from retirement village, they need to wait a period of time to get their refund money back. But on the other hand, when they move to the aged care, they need an initial deposit. So actually there is a time gap and those people are really in a financial distress. So in our follow-up research, we actually explore this area to inform people the potential risks they could have if they move from the retirement village to the aged care. And also for the health cost, it is another topic people, we need to look into that is because actually different people, they have different willingness to spend money on the health cost. Actually, this depends on their consumption patterns or the living styles they choose.
One question from Sam over Zoom. COVID-19 has resulted in an increase in unemployment and fewer income. how do you think it'll affect outcome of projects in the demand for retirement village, for example, affordability?
Okay, it's a very good question. So for the COVID, we have seen quite a lot of cases for the COVID related to the retirement village, because people who live in a close community and they have daily activity together, and this could cause a problem. And for affordability, according to our research, the initial deposit amount for retirement living unit is probably account for 50 to 30% of the equivalent property. So this is it's not that cheap, it's quite expensive for the senior people. So our research result also indicates that people should make their retirement plan wisely and in advance to make sure that they can have a comfortable retirement.